Hi girls. Today we are going to the museum on a school trip. And of course, in the museum you can see many artifacts. Artifact هنا نصب تذكاري. Or you can see many lyrics. Many lyrics آثار. Here we have 4 photos. The first photo, what comes to your mind when you see this photo? Of course, you will see cuneiform text اللي هي كتابة مسمارية. Cuneiform text. You can see cuneiform text كتابة مسمارية. And the second photo is sculpture اللي هو نحت. Sculpture. And the third one, this is a jewelry, a gold jewelry, مجوهرات. I think this is a bracelet اللي هو سوار. And the last but not the least, this is what? This is a دقة, خنجر, which is a weapon, سلاح اللي هو الخنجر. These things can be seen in the museum when we go on a school trip. And let's go to explain the first paragraph. Last week, we went on a school trip to the National Museum of Iraq. Let's leave this aside. These things. Last week, we went on a school trip to the National Museum of Iraq. It is a very nice building and you feel calm there. I think the place is quiet. A lot of artifacts اللي هي قلنا artifacts اللي هي نصب تذكارية هواية and lyrics اللي هي الآثار were first collected جمعت in the government building in Baghdad in 1922. بال22 جمعت. But in 1966, the Iraqi government moved the collection نقلت هاي المجموعة into the new 2-story museum building in الصالحية. نقلتها في بناية ذات طابقين في منطقة الصالحية in the كرخ in Baghdad. This building is the National Museum of Iraq. And let's find what's the meaning of here. We know that story, it's a story, قصة. لكن هنا story اللي هو شنو ممكن أنه طابق باختلاف الإي. This is the difference between a story and a story. القصة هنا which is the noun and the same is the noun. B. Let's move to B. We arrived at the museum at 10 o'clock. When we went inside the museum, a museum guide gave us some worksheets. أعطانا قصاصات ورق أو خلينا نقول papers أوراق sheets, only sheets with information about things in the museum. I think to give you an idea and information, these sheets give you ideas and information about the things and the artifacts which is kept in the museum for many times. This guide gave us some worksheets with information about things in the museum and a question to answer, and at the same time offer questions to be answered. We divided into groups at 4. We've been divided into groups. I was with Mazen, Osama, and Jalal. So each group is about 4 persons. The writer, when he say I, it means the writer with Mazen, Osama, and Jalal. We'll go to C. We stayed first on the ground floor. بقينا بالطابق السفلي. And went to the Assyrian and Babylonian galleries. Galleries ماما هنا gallery معناته معرض. المعرض البابلي والآشوري. We wanted to have a look at the Mesopotamian cuneiform text. كنا نعرف إنه العراق هو ميسوبوتاميا بلاد الرافدين. هنا Mesopotamian cuneiform text. We have explained the meaning of a cuneiform text اللي هي الكتابة المسمارية. Which date back to تعود إلى 1500 BC قبل الميلاد, before Christ. We also looked at the Ashurian sculpture. هنا النحت الآشوري هذا تلاحظون هنا sculpture, Ashurian sculpture of the winged bull. أيضا أكو عندي الثور المجنح, تحديد الثور المجنح اللي هو منحوت, which is called Lamaso, اللي يدعى بلاماسو, with its 5 legs, مع 5 أرجل بالنسبة للثور المجنح. Then we looked at the fine pieces of Ashurian jewelry. شفنا المجوهرات الآشورية. هذه مثال على المجوهرات الآشورية, which is a bracelet, اللي هو الإسوار, that were found in the royal tomb. When وجدت هاي المجوهرات؟ وجدت in the royal tomb at نمرود, في مدينة نمرود, royal tomb عندي بالضريح الملكي, أو اللي هنا royal tomb بالضريح الملكي في نمرود. My friend Mazen took brilliant photos and good, excellent, amazing photos in the Sumerian and Akkadian galleries. So, how many civilizations do we have here? We have 4 galleries. The first one was Assyrian galleries, المعرض الآشوري, and Sumerian, of course, Akkadian, and don't forget the Babylonian gallery, والمعرض البابلي. We also wondered, here we have to differentiate between wondered اللي هي تجولة and wonder اللي هو تساءله. فتنتبهون ماما للاختلاف بين wondered اللي هو تجول وwonder اللي هو نعتبرهن Hanging Garden is one of the 7 wonders of the world, واحدة من عجائب الدنيا السبع. فهنا we wandered, تجولنا in the ivory gallery. Ivory هنا الرخامي, معرض الرخام, where we saw some furnishing, شفنا أثاث decorated with ivory, شفنا أثاث مزخرف بالرخام. Gold and precious stones, ليس فقط الرخام وإنما الذهب و precious stones, precious قيمة, أحجار very expensive, very reliable, very important, هاي الأحجار stones. Let's go to D. Once حالما we had visited all the galleries and answered all the questions on our worksheets, جاوبنا على الأسئلة اللي موجودة بالشيتس اللي طونا إياها. We went to the cafeteria. We have gone to the cafeteria on the ground floor بالطابق الأرضي. Then we went to the gift shop, معرض الهدايا. I bought a postcard and Jalal bought a beautiful cup with a golden pattern on it, مزخرف بنقوش ذهبية. هذا الكب اشترى جلال اللي هو مزخرف بنقوش ذهبية. We had a fantastic time. The last and not the least, we had a fantastic time at the museum and we learned a lot about many civilizations in Iraq. I want to come again soon to study the beautiful jewelry because one day I want to be a jewelry designer. He wants his dream to be a jewelry designer, مصمم جواهر. Let's go and check the vocabulary we have learned from a school trip. Story, which means طابق, and you have to differentiate between a story, طابق, story, قصة. Artifact and lyrics, نصب تذكاري وآثار. Mesopotamian cuneiform text اللي هي كتابة مسمارية في وادي الرافدين. Sculpture اللي هو النحت. Winged bull اللي هو الثور المجنح. Ivory اللي هو الرخام. precious اللي هي قيمة. and stored هنا stored تخزن. و district منطقة. royal tomb هنا عندي ضريح ملكي. don't forget the gallery اللي هو المعرض. and the difference between wandered and wandered اللي يتجول هنا يتجول. وهنا عندي يتساءل أو مثل ما قلنا عجيبة من عجائب الدنيا السبع. هسه نحاول نعرف الأسئلة المقترحة على اليمن على هاي القطعة. When did the museum get its first collection and where was it stored? I think when it is asking about the date in 1922 in the building, government building, the first in the government building. But where was it stored? It is stored where? In the government building. Government building بناية الحكومة. بعدين نقلوها إلى مكان آخر with silent and here. In which district بأي منطقة is the National Museum of Iraq? In الصالحية. in الصالحية. in الكرخ. in الكرخ in Baghdad. الكرخ of course in Baghdad. What is the name of the winged bull? ما هو اسم الثور المجنح? I think it is Lamaso. Where was the Assyrian jewelry found? وين لقوا المجوهرات الآشورية؟ لقوها النمرود. at نمرود in the royal الملكي royal tomb اللي هو الضريح الملكي. Which floor? We all know that is in the ground floor. الكافيتيريا موجودة بالطابق الأرضي. أما هسه دا يسأل عن what did Jalal buy from the gift shop? We said that I bought a postcard, but Jalal he bought a beautiful cup with golden pattern on it مع زخرفة ذهبية on it. And thank you for going to the museum and have a school trip. And how many civilizations do we have? We first mentioned the Assyrian and Babylonian, and then he mentioned Sumerian and Akkadian, and each one has a gallery with some precious artifacts and lyrics which is kept there. Thank you.